Alright, so my descriptive event was this experiment with a soda bottle, a balloon, hot water, and a bucket of ice. So I have two bowls, one for the hot water, one that is already filled with ice. I have my hot water and my soda bottle with the balloon. So we're going to find out what happens when I stick the Coke bottle with the balloon on top in hot water and in cold. So I guess I'm going to pose the question, what do we think is going to happen to the balloon when stuck in the bowl of hot water? And what's going to happen to the balloon when stuck in the bowl of ice water? So I'll give you a second to ask yourself what could happen to the balloon if it's in hot water, and what happens to the balloon if it's in ice water. Alright, now let's test it out. So I have my hot water. We're going to pour it into the bowl. And I'm going to take my Coke bottle and I put the balloon around the top, and I'm just going to stick it in. And we're going to watch as the balloon changes. And it actually kind of makes the Coke bottle float. So as you can see, putting the Coke bottle in the hot water inflates the balloon. So I thought this was very cool. And if you just let it, it kind of just floats if you let it go. So this empty Coke bottle with the balloon wrapped around the top of the Coke bottle placed inside of the hot water makes the balloon inflate. So I'm going to leave this in here, but I'm going to pour some cold water in this other bowl that has ice in it. And then I'm going to switch the Coke bottle from the hot water into the bowl of ice. And we're going to watch and see what happens to the balloon. And it does take it a few seconds to completely deflate, but as you can see, the balloon deflated. Now I just want to see what happens if I move it back into the hot water. Now at this point the hot water is not as hot as it was before. So the balloon does start to inflate a little bit as the bottom of the Coke bottle starts to get hotter from the water, changing from extreme cold to warmer temperatures. And again, if we move it back into the ice, it deflates. So you're probably asking why this happens. So when the bottle with the balloon is placed in the hot water, the gases always expand when they are warm or hot. So no matter what kind of gas, or the gases always will expand when they are at a certain warm temperature or hot. That heat gives that gas energy to spread around and move. So the expanding gas inflates or blows up the balloon. When you put the bottle into the cold water, the air cools down again. So the heat from the hot water heats up the air in the bottle and makes it expand or inflate. And then the expanding gas then blows up the balloon. So when the bottle is placed in the cold water or the ice, the air cools down again. So cool or cold air has not gotten as much energy, so it shrinks the balloon. The hot air has to be less dense than the cold air. So this is why when it's placed in the hot water, the balloon inflates, and when it's placed in the cold water or the ice, the balloon deflates.